Our well-being includes a physical, mental, and social component. They are not mutually exclusive from one another, and they all play an important role in contributing to our resilience and happiness. Also, our well-being is not just the absence of disease or illness. We might be physically healthy, but could be struggling financially, socially, or emotionally. Well-being is multidimensional and can only be fully understood and supported if all dimensions and individual differences are considered. We have to view the person as a whole, their physical health, their mental health, and their social surroundings, which form the assets we have available to keep us well. It is well known that an individual's emotional and mental state impacts their physical health and healing. At the same time, however, the emotional dimensions of physiological conditions are often overlooked. Physical symptoms, such as difficulty sleeping or a lack of energy, may be associated with mental health conditions, as these can be signs or symptoms of a depressive disorder. That's why we have to use a biopsychosocial model, which takes into consideration the biological factors, such as hormone levels, psychological factors, such as beliefs about ourselves, others, and the world, as well as social factors, such as the environment and social support around us. By understanding how each of these components affects our well-being, we are able to have more effective interventions and therapies, as well as increased awareness of individual differences. Just because two individuals might have the same condition does not mean that the same therapy or approach will be effective for both. Taking a whole person approach encourages the use of empathy as a tool to connect, build rapport, and ultimately empower individuals on a personal level, rather than purely on a biological level. Let's apply this model to stress. When we are feeling stressed, there are different ways this can present for us. We can have emotional signs such as feeling depressed or being nervous, behavioural signs like biting our nails or eating unhealthy foods, as well as physical signs including low energy or headaches. It could just be one of these or all of them. How stress presents is unique to the individual. So it is important to not overlook the physical component just because we believe that this might be purely psychological or vice versa. When we are in a stressful situation, such as being late for an important meeting, physiological changes occur within our body. For example, our adrenaline and cortisol levels rise to prepare us for fight, flight, or freeze mode. If we experience this often, as is the case with chronic stress, our physiological reserves get drained, and this can lead to a number of health complications, such as reduced immunity, increased risk of heart disease, mental health conditions, and poor sleep. There are two ways in which we can respond to stresses. This can be through a bottom-up process, such as when we swerve to avoid a car accident. This is an automatic response triggered by changes in our environment when confronted with external threats to keep us safe. Or through top-down processes, which are more deliberate, that come from our conscious thought, such as worrying thoughts about past or future events, like what could have gone wrong. By having awareness of this, we can learn to cope better and bring our body back to baseline quicker. Learning skills such as cognitive behavioural therapy or relaxation exercises, including deep breathing or muscle relaxation, which you can find in the app, helps us to understand how our thoughts, feelings, and behaviours interact with one another to bring about certain responses. We use these skills to bring ourselves back to a calm state of mind and our body back to baseline or resting state, so that we can make better decisions and manage stressful situations more effectively. You can also reduce stress by exercising while simultaneously increasing your fitness. Exercise reduces levels of the body's stress hormones, such as adrenaline and cortisol. It also stimulates the production of endorphins, which are chemicals in the brain that the body uses as natural painkillers and mood elevators. Regular physical activity has many benefits, like increasing your mood and energy, lowering cholesterol levels and blood pressure, as well as reducing the risk of heart attacks, strokes, cancer, diabetes, obesity, and mental health issues. Except during illness, you should try to exercise nearly every day. The most important thing is to pick an activity that you enjoy. Aim for at least 30 to 40 minutes of moderate exercise, such as walking for 2 miles a day, or 15 to 20 minutes of intense exercise. You can do it all at once, or in 10 to 15-minute chunks if that fits your schedule better. Add a little strength training and stretching 2 to 3 times a week, and you'll have an excellent, well-balanced program for health and stress reduction.